What's going on, everybody? It's Azazel, and today I got some gameplay on Recovery using the AK-12. Get a pretty good score for a team deathmatch game. And what I want to talk about today with you all is what makes you finally throw in the towel when it comes to a product or a service or a company or a brand or something like that. Now, you could think about this as Call of Duty, since that's something we all have in common, or you could think about it as something else, a restaurant, a store, or whatever. I'm going to use the UFC as my focal point because something recently happened in the UFC that pissed me the fuck off. Last night, as I'm recording this, this past Saturday, there was a fight card. And I haven't watched the UFC fight card in months, and I haven't really followed the UFC much in probably 6 months or more. And this is kind of odd for me because it was one of my favorite hobbies, to watch UFC fights, you know, go to a Hooters or some sort of bar or something and watch these fights or order the pay-per-view myself. I've always really enjoyed watching UFC fights. Here recently, though, I've kind of lost interest in it over time. Part of that reason is now the UFC is offering far too many fight cards at one time, and I can't keep up. So now what's happened is that there are a lot of fights going on, and the majority of those fights are between fighters that I don't particularly care about. So I'll go and I'll watch a fight card, and there'll be 5 fights on it that are, you know, on the main card. And out of those 5 fights, I might want to watch one of them. So I don't really care too much about the fights anymore. And then, after this most recent pay-per-view, they announced that pro wrestler CM Punk is going to be signed onto the UFC. And that was it. That was me saying I'm done. I threw in the towel. I said, you know what? I don't give a shit about this fucking company anymore. I don't give a shit about this brand anymore. I won't support it. I don't care about it. And here are my reasons behind it. First and foremost, it is a terrible attempt to get viewers and pay-per-view buyers and more people digging into the product. The numbers for the UFC are the lowest they've been in years. And that's because part of the reason they've spread themselves way too thin. Now, you could say that Call of Duty kind of has done the same thing here recently, but I'm not going to support the UFC anymore because CM Punk is 36 years old, he's injury prone with bad fucking neck problems, and he has no fight experience. He has training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, but that's different. It's not experience, that's training. Training and experience are two different things. Anybody can train. Anybody can. You can go down and sign up at a gym and train starting today. You could do that if you want to. That doesn't make you fucking special. They're trying to capitalize off of his name instead of bringing athletes that can fight so that we can watch great athleticism and awesome competitive fights. I don't care about that. And you could say Call of Duty's kind of doing the same thing. They're trying to employ gimmicks and, you know, a lot of things that people don't want to see, and people have lost faith in it. So what does it take for you? And I'd like for you to explain that in the comments down below. What does it take for you to finally throw in a towel for a brand? That's what I want to know. And I use the UFC for this because it really did bother me. I mean, I unfollowed everything UFC related because I have zero fucking interest anymore. That was just the final straw. I had already started losing interest, but that was the last straw. It was just like, yeah, I'm done. They made it easy. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys take it easy. It's been Azazel. I'll see you guys later.